So many of us now have either an Apple Watch or some type of like fitness tracker watch, and they can become quite obsessive in the way that if we don't hit a certain goal in the day, we can beat ourselves up about it. You may use it for steps, you may use it for training as a stopwatch, or just to have a watch because you like the latest fashion trend. But it can, as I said, become really, really obsessive. And I just wanted to talk about how they're not always as accurate as you may think they are. So sometimes if it's telling you haven't done enough in the day, I mean, why are we listening to watches for the start? We need to listen to our bodies and how our body feel. But I just wanted to share this kind of like screen grab of something, just to show how they're not always the most accurate. And sometimes you need to listen to your body and how you're feeling rather than going by what a watch is saying. So let's go. So here's the example then. So this is a Monday, and on this day I haven't seemed to have reached my move or my exercise goal, but don't worry, I've reached my stand goal. Now you might look at this and be like, wow, really? Until we think about the context behind this. So on this particular day, which is the Monday, I had taught 5 classes. Yes, that's right, I taught 5 classes. I'd taught 2 yoga, a HIIT, a legs, bums and tums, and a body conditioning class. And I'd also probably been out for a walk, done stuff around the house, done just general movement. And according to this is telling me that I didn't reach my move goal or my exercise goal, but I reached my stand goal. So this is how I wanted to prove that they're not always that accurate. So I've taught 5 classes, all different types of classes. I've been on the go. Each class is about 45 minutes long. And this is what my watch is telling me. So although they can be great for like tracking steps, so I tend to use mine mainly for when I'm out walking. So I can track how many steps I've done or how far I've walked. I use it for the watch. I use it for my stopwatch for when I'm teaching, and things like that. But this is just what I wanted to prove, is in like, it's really great having them, but they can also become obsessive as well. And when something becomes obsessive, whether it's this or whether it's tracking calories or anything like that, it can sometimes hinder it. It can make stuff not as fun. It can make us really, really obsessive, which can become dangerous. So for me, this if you looked at this from the outside, I might be like, oh my god, I've not moved enough today, so I need to move a little bit more. I need to go and move more. And by doing that, all I'm doing is raising the stress hormone in my body and fatiguing my body even more. It also, if you look as well, it's telling me I've only done 6,000 steps while I've done all that as well as all the running around that I'll have done in the day. So if we focus too much on what a watch is saying and a watch is telling us to do, whether or not, I know there that I've taught 5 classes, so I'm knackered, I've had a busy day. It was also day 1 of my period, so I was not in the mood for anything. And this is what it's telling me. Now, if I believed in everything that the watch was telling me, this can be really, really dangerous and really, really triggering for some people. So suppose the point of this is, I'm just saying, even though they're great for tracking stuff, and they can be great if they're used in the right way, if we start becoming really obsessive with stuff like this and we start letting it rule our life, then this is where it gets quite scary and quite dangerous at the end of the day, doesn't it? Because we can't have a watch dictating to us how much we've done in the day or how much more that we should do. It's great for goals, it's great for stuff like that. I'm not knocking them, I've got one. But also, look how dangerous that this could have been. If I've seen this and I've gone, I've not moved enough today. Bearing in mind, I felt like shit. I was tired before I'd even started teaching. And just in general, so it can really get in our head. So please, if you've got one of these, take them with a pinch of salt. Don't be too focused on what the calories are saying, what the exercise is saying, what the standing is saying. If you know in your heart already what you've done that day, a watch cannot tell you. And I don't know about you, but sometimes my watch flashes and tells me I need to stand up. And I'm like, mate, sorry, I've just sat down. You need to calm down a little bit. So they're great. I've got one, they're amazing, but they can also be harmful. Just like sometimes when we're tracking calories and that becomes obsessive as well. So if you've got one, be mindful of how you're using it, and remember that listening to your body, tuning into what it needs on that specific day, whether you're tired, whether you're not hydrated enough, whether you've not eaten enough food, whether for girls, whether you're on your period and things like that, tuning in and listening to your body and having a routine that works for your body is so much more important than what a watch is telling you. And we have become a society that's obsessed with like trackers and things like that, but the most important thing is to listen to your body. So I hope this has been helpful, and please share it with anyone you know who is constantly obsessed with the watch, looking at it, because as you can see from this, it's not as accurate as it looks. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching.